Hey there, I couldn't sleep. I woke up with the excitement of it being my 49th birthday as I make this video today on the Tuesday, the 13th of August 2024. We're going to discuss a few things. We're going to discuss companies' house and limited companies and things to look for in terms of people in the hypnotherapy and hypnosis training industries. We're going to discuss people who commit hideous crimes such as sexually abusing clients whilst they're hypnotised, or just committing sexual offences and yet continuing to trade as a hypnotherapist. We're going to discuss people who lie, people who post defamatory, untrue things on the internet, and a whole host of related things. Things to be aware of, with the ultimate message of don't believe it without independently researching things for yourself. Things are not always as they seem at face value. On Monday, the 12th of August 2024, I posted this on my Alex William Smith, that's facebook.com, Alex the Hypnotist, Facebook profile, and also I posted a video named UK Hypnosis Academy versus Hypnosis Academy UK, review by NLP Hypnotherapy Trainer Royal, on my Celebrity Hypnotist YouTube channel. I also posted this video into various Facebook groups and social media channels, including, of course, Steve Miller's Hypnotherapist and Coaches Business School, where there is a thread where various people have replied, not just me, various other people as well. And there's links to several YouTube videos in that post, in fact. The videos that I have relating to Carl Smith, formerly of the UK Hypnosis Academy, on my Celebrity Hypnotist YouTube channel include this one from the 1st of April 2020, which is episode 53 of my podcast Hypnosis Week. This one entitled Jonathan Royal Hypnotist Challenges Carl Smith UK Hypnosis Academy on Health and Safety, etc. Dated 4th of May 2022. Another dated 4th of May 2022, which is Jonathan Royal Hypnotist Challenges Carl Smith UK Hypnosis Academy on Hypnotherapy Scripts. And this is another where I submitted comments and questions to when Carl was being interviewed and put on the spot by Steve Miller. A video revealing the reality of many things, entitled Carl Smith UK Hypnosis Academy Review by Hypnotist and NLP Hypnotherapy Trainer Jonathan Royal, dated 5th of May 2022. The video that was put up yesterday, the 12th of August 2024, on my Celebrity Hypnotist YouTube channel, headed UK Hypnosis Academy versus Hypnosis Academy UK, review by NLP Hypnotherapy Trainer Royal, which also gives you some background on how Carl Smith effectively started working with the Hypnosis Academy UK and then kind of moved away from Chris Gillies, who set that up and who I originally taught, as well as teaching his mum, and went off and set up his own UK Hypnosis Academy. And that's our first look at the company's house website in that video. And then, of course, there's this video that you are watching now. Interestingly, if you go to Google and type in the phrase UK Hypnosis Academies company's house and search, the first entry will be UK Hypnosis Academy Limited. Click on that, and these, I'll accept the cookies, and this is the company's house government website for the UK Hypnosis Academy Limited, company number 096000573. And the first thing when you land on that page is you notice that the accounts were overdue. They were due on the 31st of May 2023. And the confirmation statement, overdue, that was due on the 20th of May 2024. And you'll see various sections here. Now, if you click on people, you can see that this is definitely the UK Hypnosis Academy that Carl Smith set up, which is set up on the 20th of May 2015. That's interesting because it was it was in sort of 2014, thereabouts, that Carl started working with one of my hypnosis students, Chris Gillies, who himself set up and still runs the Hypnosis Academy UK, not to be confused with Carl Smith's UK Hypnosis Academy, which has now been closed down, as you'll see in a minute. This is all public domain information on Companies House website. Now, if you click on insolvency, interestingly, you notice rather than filing accounts or such like, this is stating that Carl has basically entered into a creditor's voluntary liquidation on the 30th of May 2024. And if you go under filing history, click on that, you can see the company accounts from day one. But the most interesting, well, most relevant at the moment, are the top 4 entries dated 12th of June 2024, namely Statement of Affairs, this one here, Resolutions Extraordinary, Resolution to Wind Up, the appointment of a voluntary liquidator, an address. Now, if we have a look, the PDF that's 9 pages long, Statement of Affairs, if you click on View PDF, it opens in a separate window, and you can have a good look at that and see for yourself the truth and reality of the situation as sworn as being true by Carl Smith on the 22nd of May 2024 when he signed the Statement of Truth for this document, which was to put the UK Hypnosis Academy into voluntary liquidation. One of the government's own websites, as shown on screen, its explanation of voluntary liquidation is that this is when the shareholders, i.e. Carl Smith, of the company, in this case UK Hypnosis Academy as was, decide to put the company into liquidation, but there aren't enough assets to pay the creditors in full, i.e. the company is insolvent. The liquidation begins from the time the resolution is to wind up is passed. And just to clarify, it was the 30th of May 2024, the commencement of winding up due to a creditor's voluntary liquidation on the UK Hypnosis Academy filed by Carl Smith. What follows are just screenshots of some of the things from that 9-page PDF that you can see on Companies House in the manner that I've instructed, and the link will be above or below, and some others. Funding Circle 14 grand, HM Revenue and Customs 18 grand, HM Revenue and Customs 12 grand, Iwaka 2 grand, Santander 10 grand, entries totaling £56,000. And, well, it's there to see for yourself on the Companies House website in the public domain. There is no question that the UK Hypnosis Academy is in liquidation and is no longer a limited company that's trading. Now, you may wonder why I even bother to mention this. It's nothing personal whatsoever. It's just a matter of business ethics. Not Essex, that's a place near London. Because on the thread in the Hypnotherapist and Coaches Facebook group, this has been posted, which is basically that Phil Arundel, apparently a week ago, well, on the 4th of August, asked the question, what happened to the UK Hypnosis Academy and website? Because the website had disappeared. Now, that would be fine if the response back was, well, you know, the company's closed down, that's it, or, you know, we made a boo-boo and the company's been put into liquidation because things didn't go to plan. However, the response that Phil got was from Carl Smith was, we rebranded 5 months ago. It was planned for 18 months. And then shows that their new website's hypnoticmasterminds.co.uk. Planned for 18 months, rebranded 5 months ago. Let's go and have a look at Companies House again. So this time on Google, you're going to want to search for the phrase Hypnotic Masterminds Limited, company number 1530441. Enter that, search, and your first entry is Hypnotic Masterminds Limited. We click on that. This again is the Companies House public domain website. Anyone can go and find this. It's not breaking any GDPR or any rules or anything like that. And we notice that if we click on people, yes indeed, Smith Carl Darren, click on him. One appointment, well, yeah, he's only got one current appointment because obviously the other one's in liquidation, as we've mentioned. Click on more. That's where you can order documents. And then under filing history, we discover that this was founded, as it were, as a limited company on the 23rd of November 2023. So when we get to the 23rd of August 2024, in 10 days' time, that will be 9 months ago that this limited company was set up. So bear that in mind. It's also worth noting that that's 6 months before the Creditors Voluntary Liquidation of UK Hypnosis Academy practitioner was appointed to dissolve that company. The relevance of this is that if you look at hypnoticmasterminds.co.uk, which is Carl's new website, it says it's the leading hypnosis and hypnotherapy training company in United Kingdom, which clearly, with the greatest respect, is bollocks, given that it's only just been started, it's not been running very long, and that its previous incarnation, UK Hypnosis Academy, has entered into voluntary liquidation. I would personally, just my personal opinion to which I'm entitled, but I don't think you should be making claims like that, really, when you have no basis upon which to base it. Interestingly, as Hypnotic Masterminds Limited was apparently not incorporated until the 23rd of November 2023, how is it that the hypnoticmasterminds.co.uk events page, which I got to via the tab courses and events, on the 13th of August 2024, is showing a past entry of February the 2nd, 2023. Could this be that it's just linked to old UK Hypnosis Academy online data? Which is a bit odd in itself, really, if you are starting a new company purporting to be the UK's #1 hypnosis academy, surely. Well, hypnosis training company. Well, I just clicked on the link and sure enough, it's showing pictures of when Carl was teaching people under the banner UK Hypnosis Academy, which is a company that's now in liquidation, as we know. Which is hardly, with the greatest of respect, the kind of business example I'd want to be following, and certainly not, with the greatest of respect, nothing personal, but if your company's gone into voluntary liquidation, it says to me that that's somebody I don't really want to learn how to run a hypnosis business from, with the greatest of respect. Now get ready for an example of, well, complete madness. I really don't know what to say, but if we click on the online training tab on hypnoticmasterminds.co.uk, we click on there, takes us to this page, and this is the bit, we scroll down, and I love this, Hypnosis business growth, mentoring and support growth and development, mentoring and hypnosis trainer. 24 months of unlimited mentoring and coaching with Carl Smith with all of the support you need to stand out. Everything. I tell you what, let's click on that. Let's click on that he wants $2.5 grand for. What's it say? It doesn't say anything else, but given the name, okay. And develop a bit. There we go. 24 months of unlimited mentoring and coaching with Carl Smith with all the support you need to stand out from the crowd and develop a business. In this package is the option of to teach kinetic shift practitioners and foundation hypnosis courses so that you can make money for Carl, who needs it, because the UK Hypnosis Academy Limited, as per the documents you've already seen, is insolvent. It's got into creditors' voluntary liquidation. Is that really the kind of person whose company's just gone into creditors' voluntary liquidation that you want as a mentor to teach you how to grow your hypnosis business? What, to the point of then going into creditors' voluntary liquidation? Perhaps. Or maybe you'd like to invest £3,000 to become a hypnosis trainer so you can teach other people the things that you've only just learned and have no real world experience of. Yeah, sounds like a plan to me. No, it doesn't. That's sarcasm. You should have been doing it provably successfully in the real world for decades. Well, at least a decade. But in my case, I've been doing it for decades and have students galore that I can show at the height of the industry. Not a track record that shows most recently, as you're trying to take this kind of money off people, that your company, the UK Hypnosis Academy, has been placed into voluntary liquidation, which, according to the description we saw online before, means that it owes money. That's not success. As stated on the government's own website, in terms of liquidating your company, all the shareholders have to agree. Well, obviously, there was only Carl Smith, so of course he agreed. And 3 things you have to do. As mentioned there, one of them is advertise the resolution in the Gazette within 14 days. And sure enough, there it is, thegazette.co.uk/notice/4638050. Notice timeline for UK Hypnosis Academy Limited, company number 096000573. Appointment of liquidators on the 6th of June 2024. Resolutions for winding up 6th of June 2024. And it reads, UK Hypnosis Academy Limited, trading as UK Hypnosis Academy Limited, shows the registered office, principal trading address, nature of business, other human health activities. At a general meeting of the members of the above-named company duly convened and held by correspondence on Thursday the 30th of May 2024, the following resolutions was or were duly passed. Number 1, special resolution that the company will be wound up voluntarily. 2, ordinary resolution that Richard Hunt is appointed as the liquidator, and that's who you contact if you feel that UK Hypnosis Academy owes your money or anything like that, I guess. But there you go. It's most definitely official. The UK Hypnosis Academy is no more. And as shown earlier, there are figures of many thousands of pounds mentioned in the winding up document. And when wound up, as per the document mentioned before that can be seen on Companies House website, summary of assets, fixed charge, floating charge, uncharged assets, and all them there. Basically, in terms of summary of assets, the UK Hypnosis Academy, apparently here it says, had nil. None. On the page of that document that says summary of liabilities, you notice that it mentions revenue and customs VAT, 18 grand, revenue and customs PAYE, 12 grand, making 30 grand in total. That's an apparent liability of UK Hypnosis Academy at the point of going into liquidation voluntarily. And on the next page of that document, there's mention of trade and expense creditors, banks and institutions, and at the bottom where it says estimated total deficiency stroke surplus as regards members totals £56,100, and that's signed on the 22nd of May 2024 by Carl Smith. To be clear, for those that may not know, simply put, a creditor is an individual, business or any other entity that is owed money because they have provided a service or good or loaned money to another entity. As a business owner, there are two types of creditors you're likely to be dealing with on a regular basis: loans and trade creditors. But that's what a creditor is. It's somebody that effectively you as an individual or a business owner or a limited company owe money to in some form. I clarify that because page 8 of the PDF that you can look at on Companies House on the UK Hypnosis Academy site is listing company creditors, I assume, because it says there, company creditors. And it shows you who they are: Funding Circle, Revenue and Customs, Iwaka, Santander, and on the right hand side, amounts totaling £56,000. To repeat, I'm not sharing anything confidential here. It's all on Companies House, which you can find, as I've already explained, on their website under the company number 096000573 UK Hypnosis Academy Limited. Those entries dated 12th of June 2024. This one, the Statement of Affairs, is the one that I've shown you screenshots from. That's also, as already mentioned, where you can see Hypnotic Masterminds Limited, company number 153044401. And you can see when they file stuff, and of course the fact that it was incorporated on the 23rd of November 2023. Surely that reply sent to Phil mentioned earlier, where Cal Smith said we were rebranded 5 months ago, planned for 18 months. Obviously that cannot mean that it'd been planned for 18 months to go into voluntary liquidation. I mean, that would be, well, that would just be, that's frankly, in my opinion, no way to run a business. But hey, that's just my personal opinion, to which I'm legally entitled. I do want to clarify for the record law that you can be a director of any number of limited companies, and if there hasn't been a case of any wrongdoing in the liquidation process, then you're free to start another or to continue running the one that you've already set up in advance. As stated on the government's own website about liquidating your company, obviously this was a voluntary liquidation. So if we scroll down, 3 types. Creditors voluntary liquidation. This is where your company cannot pay its debts and you involve your creditors when you liquidate it. That appears to be what UK Hypnosis Academy has done. And when we click on that, as we said, you get the shareholders agreement, do the Gazette, which we've spoken about already. So again, to clarify, this is from the government's own website. It says, what happens to a director after insolvent liquidation? It clearly states you can act as a director of another limited company unless you are subject to a disqualification order given by the court, subject to a disqualification undertaking agreed with the Insolvency Service, an undischarged bankrupt, subject to bankruptcy restrictions order or undertaking, subject to a debt relief restrictions order or undertaking. None of which is there any suggestion that Carl Smith is subject to. So it is more than okay from a legal standpoint to also now still currently be running Hypnotic Masterminds Limited. The official receiver will investigate why the company became insolvent and whether this was caused by unfit conduct by any of the directors. If unfit conduct by a director is revealed, the official receiver can apply to the court for a disqualification order under the Company Directors Disqualification Act 1986. A disqualification order lasts for a period of between 2 and 15 years and means the director can't do any of these things without permission from a court. They would then not be able to act as a director of a company, take part directly or indirectly in promoting, forming or managing a company, or be a receiver of a company's property. But again, there's no suggestion that any of them apply to Carl Smith and the UK Hypnosis Academy in any manner. However, what does apply is reusing the company name after insolvent liquidation. So as a director of a company that's gone into insolvent liquidation, Carl Smith will be banned for 5 years from forming, managing or promoting any business, including companies with the same or similar name to the liquidated company, which in this case, the liquidated company is UK Hypnosis Academy Limited. So there you go, and those details are on the Companies House, not Companies House, gov.uk website. I bring your attention to all this because I find it hypocritical that somebody whose hypnosis business has gone insolvent, albeit then under a different company name, which is legally allowed, is claiming that for a fee they will teach you how to set up and run and grow and build your hypnosis business. Personally, I'd sooner learn from somebody who had not been involved with a company that had gone insolvent. But that's just my personal opinion. Perhaps you'd sooner learn from somebody who appears to have lost money and then had to make a company go insolvent. I personally say seek out people who have provable long-term success, decades of it, as you can see with myself at magicalguru.co.uk. That's magicalguru.co.uk. It's where my career resume is. There's a reason why the world's most successful television name, hypnotists, life coaches and celebrity mind therapists either originally trained with me or come to me for ongoing mentoring and tuition, the likes of which you can get yourself on special offer at the moment at ultimatehypnosiscourse.com. That's ultimatehypnosiscourse.com. But let me tell you, it's not just Carl Smith that you can find out about at Companies House. Heck no. Carry on watching. Our next search, we're going to put in the name Martin James Rothery and the phrase Companies House, so that when we click on it, top response is Martin James Rothery personal appointments at Companies House. We can click on that and it says total appointments 4. That one's been dissolved. Cyphers Limited. McRothery Group Limited resigned as director. McRothery College Post Materialistic Psychology Limited resigned as director. It says that Global Therapy Academy Limited is resigned. Look at that. Resigned from them all. And you can look at each of those separately. So let's start with Martin Rothery's Cyphers Limited. It was incorporated 12th of March 2020, dissolved on 14th of September 2021. And, well, you can click on the tab and you can then look at the PDFs and see the background of it all. Martin Rothery's McRothery Group Limited. Incorporated 7th of August 22, dissolved on the 3rd of October 2023. Again, you can click on filing history and you can look at the documents and see how little money it ever made. The same applies with the McRothery College of Post Materialistic Psychology Limited. Incorporated 2nd of September 21, dissolved 28th of February 23. Click on filing history and you can look at the documents and again realise it wasn't a viable company. Martin Rothery's Global Therapy Academy Limited. it says that confirmation statements overdue, the accounts are overdue. And this is what was previously Future House Therapy Centre Limited from 2017 to 2019. You can click on the filing history, and of course all the way back to when it was incorporated, all the way through, you can see how little money that company ever made, despite the perception that was being given out to people to get them to learn with the company. In terms of Martin Rothery, if you go to my Facebook account, facebook.com/Alex the Hypnotist, and click on where it says Photos, that will then open, and then you click on Albums, and scroll down and find the one Untrue and Defamatory Comments by Martin Rothery. Open that, and basically in the comments there are screenshots galore, and also screenshots here proving that he was a member of my elite hypnotherapy and NLP hypnosis bootcamp, proving that I was one of his main original teachers, but also proving that he did not listen to what I taught him. If he'd listened and done what I advised him to do, then his companies that I've just shown you before would not have gone bust and would have made more money, and he wouldn't have got into all the financial difficulties that he did, which in the text above here, you'll see there's some links that are to my old WordPress site that's been closed down, which if you click on, they'll end up saying it's no longer available. The way around that is to go and highlight the link by highlighting it, and then click copy. And sure enough, if you paste that into another window, yes, of course, it's still going to say not available. But there is a way around that. A way around it that you will find useful when you're doing research. You go to Google, you type in web archive, and up comes wayback.archive.org. You click on that, and at the top of the page is enter a URL. So we're going to paste in what we copied, highlighted and copied it from Facebook, and we're going to click enter. And lo and behold, you see there it was saved. So we click maybe 2022. We'll take one of these at random. This is when screenshots were taken of that website as it was. We click on there. This just being one example. Takes a little bit of time to load. But once loaded, it shows you what the archive of that page is. And sure enough, there are videos and there are photographs. That's when Martin had done training with me. And there are screenshots of things that Martin posted. And the evidence that he just didn't listen to the advice I'd given him, and consequently, by totally ignoring the marketing, advertising, publicity and promotion and business advice that I gave him, completely ignoring it, ultimately his limited companies got closed down, and ultimately there's loads of stuff there, but he ended up going on, and there's other links and stuff at the bottom which you can look at. Rebranding, is that something that people do when their limited companies are not viable and they keep changing companies and stuff? Seems to be. Look at that. That was well, some time ago now. And despite the many dissolved companies and the financial troubles that have been publicly seen on Facebook over the years, today, the 13th of August 2024, there's still a website, Plugging Sanomentology by Martin Rothery, where if you didn't do your due diligence, you'd look at it and you'd think, wow, looks good, looks interesting, looks successful. But you know what? The truth is, dig deeper and things are not as they appear. For example, Martin would have us believe that he's won, without any payment or processing fees or anything, awards. In fact, today, the 13th of August 2024, at martinrothery.com, the homepage clearly says, since its creation, Sentimentology has received world awards. And I also received them as the creator, teacher and practitioner of this method. No, these are not rewards you have to pay for. I don't accept such things. These awards are granted by the GHP Healthcare and Pharma Organisation and Corporate Livewire to people and methods that stand out for their effectiveness and innovation. And he's showing you these awards. Wow. Many people could be highly impressed by that. I say do due diligence and research. It's easy to type GHP Healthcare and Pharmaceutical Awards into Google and find their own website, which, yes, does look nice when you look at it and official. Now, I'm not categorically saying they're a scam, but if we search the phrase GHP Healthcare and Pharmaceutical Awards scam, there come up on Google various sites that you could go and have a look at to investigate for yourself. And of course, you can do the same for Corporate Livewire Innovation and Excellence Awards and find their own website, or add in the word like scam at the beginning and see what comes up. In fairness, they've got a good Trustpilot review. Or you could put fraud and search, and apparently that seems very trusted, but there again you get people going buyer beware. So have a look. Some people say good things, others say bad, but as far as I can see, they do try to encourage you to pay them for a marketing package and such like. For example, on the Corporate Livewire innovationawards.com home website, there's a section with frequently asked questions. So here we go. Where do nominations come from? Nominations for winners often come from self-submissions. In other words, Martin nominated himself or he got somebody to do it for him. Okay. Thus, awards are presented purely on merit based on the company's general excellence. With regards to security and fairness, we track unusual behaviour on our website to identify repeat votes and cyber threats. But if you were to use a virtual private network, you could generate potentially, loads of votes from one location yourself that appeared different. Where it says what happens when I accept a nomination. Let's go there. Accepted nominees are subject to scrutiny. They are then given the opportunity to present their own data to be considered alongside the information collected by our research teams. Illusion of credibility here. What happens if I am successful? Upon being notified, we enforce a short press embargo while the programme manager liaises with winning candidates to establish preferred methods of coverage. Blah, 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 blah. As you can see, are there any costs involved? There are no compulsory costs in accepting a nomination or winning an award. To demonstrate our commitment to no mandatory fees, all winners are offered a free of charge promotional package, including a listing in the digital publication as well as an official press release. We feel our winners should always be able to enjoy the full value of the award regardless of budget. Nevertheless, we do offer a variety of promotional packages that come with a range of benefits. Promoting industry awards can have a massive business benefits, and we assure you have the right package for you. Is there an event? Like an awards event? Yep, there are presentation day ceremonies providing successful winners the opportunity to celebrate their achievements. Meet the Corporate Livewire Innovation Awards team, take part in a photo shoot, be presented with any physical awards they have ordered. Hosted across the country. These are dinners. You have to pay, but it's entirely up to you, of course. Now, I'm not saying that Martin paid any money. No, in fact, based on the fact he hasn't put pictures of him receiving the award or links to massive media coverage, would seem to indicate to me that he just nominated himself or got someone to nominate him, and then he got loads of people to submit votes for him, which you can pay people on Fiverr.com. I'm not saying that's what he's done, but that's what you can do with these type of things. If you get the most votes, you win. and then they try and sell you the marketing package, and they try to sell you tickets to go to the awards dinner and a physical award and all this kind of stuff, because it's a monetary making exercise. It's not a legitimate award like you might get awarded at a hypnosis conference like the National Guild of Hypnotists. If you were there and they suddenly gave you a Lifetime Achievement Award, you don't pay for that, for example, and you don't vote for yourself or nominate yourself. So, you know, these kind of things, do some investigation. You see that they're not really worth the paper or the digital email that they're printed on. Maybe I'm missing something obvious, but this on martinrothery.com says that he got the Most Innovative Mental Health and Personal Development Coach 2024 award in the GHP Healthcare and Pharma Awards. And yet on that actual website, where the details are about the Healthcare and Pharmaceutical Awards, it says that entries are open from the 1st of July 24. The entries close this Friday, the 16th of August, and the winners won't be announced apparently until November 2024 for the Global Health and Pharma Healthcare and Pharmaceutical Awards 2024. So not sure what's going on there. However, just to illustrate what nonsense these are, I'm going to click on vote now. What time of nomination are you putting for now? You could get someone else to do it on your behalf. That'd be a third-party nomination. But you know what? I'm going to vote self-nomination. Give me a moment to fill this in. This part's hilarious. There's a drop-down box where you get to choose what area you want to be nominated for an award in, because they do them in all different areas. Wow. Let's get a reminder. What was that? Healthcare and Pharma Awards, Most Innovative Mental Health and Personal Development Coach. Crikey. Where should we go? What have we got? You can say education, health and medicine. Let's put it under that, eh? It's taking me like a minute to fill in self-nomination, my email address, my name, website, ultimatehypnosiscourse.com, name Jonathan Royle, where I'm from, preferred category health and medicine, reason for nomination. You pick your own category, and then reason for nomination. I bought best hypnotherapy and NLP hypnosis training courses on the planet, because that is what you will find at ultimatehypnosiscourse.com. Suggested award title. You suggest the award title you want. I booked best hypnotherapy and NLP hypnosis training courses. Clearly, Martin, or the person he got to do it for him, put in the suggestion of Most Innovative Mental Health and Personal Development Coach 2024. Or, previously, Most Innovative Chronic Pain Therapy. It's complete nonsense. And then you just click Submit. And it says, please confirm via email that you are nominating. So, I will do that now. Oh, how exciting. Nomination received. Please confirm. Let's take a look at the email. Hello, a nomination has been received for our awards programme, Healthcare and Pharmaceutical Awards 2024. Please click the link below to confirm the nomination. If you're not expecting the email and would like more information, you can contact us on email address. Click here to confirm. You know what? I will do. Click and it says, please click confirm. This basically is going to add you to a mailing list. Your vote was confirmed. Thank you for confirming your nomination. You have been added to the shortlist and our awards team will be in touch with the next step. Bloody hell. I'm already on the shortlist. Can you believe it? As I say, whilst that statement of these are not rewards you have to pay for, that is true. You do not have to pay for them. You just have to self-nominate or get someone to do it for you and then get loads of people to vote. And the fact that you come up with your own title anyway means no one else is likely to be in the running against you, meaning that they will award it because it's publicity for the site, and a percentage of the people who then visit themselves the GHP or the Corporate Livewire site may end up going on and spending money themselves on marketing packages or on going to awards dinners, which is how these companies make their money. But it is true to say that you don't have to pay. That is semantically and factually correct, but also some might think a bit misleading. Oh boy, this is hilarious. On his Become a Saner Mentologist page, subscription option now available. Martin, his various limited companies have been shut down, as we've looked at, and there's links showing that he at one time had various crowdfunders running to try and raise money, and publicly talked about the fact that he had financial issues. He's wanting you to either pay £500 a month for 12 months, which is £6,000, or a one-off payment of £6,000, so no discount for making a one-off payment, or a big bundle which also includes some one-to-one lessons for 14 grand. Really? So that you can become a saner mentologist? I've got a far better plan for you. Go to ultimatehypnosiscourse.com or htglive.com and you'll notice that amongst the 29 world-class accredited professional qualifications that you gain access to, you will be able to become an advanced practitioner of saner mentology. Yes, that's right. I am legally allowed to issue people diplomas in saner mentology, so you can become a saner mentologist, and I do, along with another 28 world-class accredited professional qualifications, the details of which you can find on ultimatehypnosiscourse.com, and means that you will learn complete mind therapy, CMT, mind emotion liberation techniques, cured, peace, psychophysio-energetic alignment of changing energies and emotions, hope, hypnotic override pain elimination, inner revision therapy. These images you're seeing are the logos you get legal license to use. Virtual gastric band hypnosis, complete mind therapy approach, PCP, person-centered psychotherapy, DRT, drug release therapy, HPS, hypnotic plastic surgery, Advanced Master Practitioner of Clinical Hypnotherapy, approved by the United Kingdom Board of Clinical Hypnotherapy, Neurolinguistic Programming, Advanced Master Practitioner, Celebrity Lifestyle Coaching. You get past life regression and future life progression. You can become a member of the professional organisation of stage hypnotists, get your diploma in advanced stage hypnosis. You can get your Reiki energy healing levels 1, 2, 3 and trainer's level. Of course, the Saner Mentology diploma, because I've got on file the emails and communications with Martin Rothery giving me full legal permission to use the name Saner Mentology and Saner Mentologist without ever having to pay him another penny. It's kind of a way of thanking me for teaching him so much. Just a shame that he did not follow, I repeat, he did not follow the marketing, advertising, publicity and promotion advice or the business building advice. Otherwise, he wouldn't have had the financial difficulties that he did. Get your advanced, rapid instant change hypnosis, shitnosis, helping you get over the shit in your life and get your shit together. Mind bleach, mental antivirus, buried and layered emotions and energies altered, accepted and cleansed healthily. Kills 100% of all non-negative mind germs. Shithead protocol, subconscious human interaction therapy, helping everyone achieve destiny. Magic solution, mental acceptance, growth and internal change. SCAT process, subconsciously charged analytical tapping, enabling you to knock all the negative shit out yourself. Fuck that system, fully unconscious, conditioning knowledge, therapy honouring absolute transformation. Become a member of Shite. You get your diploma in Mind Hacks to the Future, Time, Transformation Therapy, where you learn from the 3 sages, Dr. Brian Howard, the late and great Delavar, and myself, Jonathan Royle. Get your diploma in Pricknosis, needle-free hypnotic weight loss, hypno-mind jab solution, freeway CER, fast releasing trapped emotions with the yawn change energy routine, and a whole bunch of others besides. And instead of having to pay Martin Rothery £6,000, or several thousand when he's got offers on, you just have to make a one-time only. Currently, as this video is done on the 13th of August 2024, there is an offer on until midnight this Sunday, the 18th of August 2024, where you can get the entire package at ultimatehypnosiscourse.com for less than £300. However, that will end for good at midnight on Sunday the 18th of August 2024, and then the price will go back to the current special offer price of just £997 United Kingdom sterling, which I'm sure you'll agree, over £5,000 cheaper than Martin's package, is a complete and utter bargain, given you get access to over 29 world-class accredited professional qualifications, as well as lifetime membership to the Association of Professional Hypnotherapists and Psychotherapists, incorporating the Association of Complete Mind Therapists, as well as any new stuff that we release of our own sole copyright that gets added into the Elite Hypnotherapy Nlp Hypnosis Bootcamp members area. And you'll be learning from someone who's walked the walk, not just talked the talk, and has actually taught the people out there who are successful, and unfortunately quite often has also taught some of the people who weren't successful because they didn't follow the marketing, advertising, publicity and promotion advice, or they didn't follow the business building advice that I gave them. Another thing you might want to do on my Facebook profile, facebook.com/Alex the Hypnotist, is again go and click on where it says photos. So click there, then click on where it says albums, and scroll down to find the one, the album called Beware the Mind Industry Therapy Comment. Sorry, Beware the Mind Therapy Industry Comment. Click on that, and there's various links and stuff in there, including to a YouTube video from my colleague Andrew Austin. Fake soldiers, more common than you think. This is relevant because of a guy called, and again, with the WordPress links, you can always highlight them with your mouse, right mouse click, copy, and then paste them into Web Archive, like I mentioned earlier, to get the archive of them. But in this folder are links to various posts, but also, of course, images of proof in relation to this guy, Kevin Lay. Indeed, if you just put in the search box the phrase on Facebook, Kevin Lay fraud, you get numerous posts up from me there. That was from July 2022, where a police complaint had been filed against him, and obviously there's a proof that he was never, ever, that this is, you know, a scam. He was never genuinely on the front of a karate magazine. He was never in the SAS. He is a Walter Mitty type character, and you will find loads of results when you do a search like that. Indeed, if you extend the search in the Facebook box to Kevin Lay, fraud, Andrew Austin, then my colleague Andrew Austin, results come up relating to him and the fact that he's been exposing Kevin Lay's fraud, alleged criminality and deception for a long time now. And sure enough, there it is on Facebook. Sorry, Twitter. No, that's YouTube. Not had enough coffee yet. On his Andrew Austin YouTube channel, Kevin Lay and his promotion by the Granfalloons of Alphabet Therapies. That's on Andrew T. Austin's YouTube channel. Check it out. Very interesting indeed. If you go to youtube.com/at Andrew T. Austin Metaphors, you can actually click on videos and then in the search box bit, type the name Kevin Lay and you'll get some very interesting videos. Eye-opening indeed. There is also a very interesting blog located at Kevin, L-A-Y-E, meridiantherapyblog.blogspot.com /2010/what-is-Kevin-Lay-blog.html ? Which has evidence and information galore about Kevin Lay's dishonesty. An easier and quicker way to find that is just to go on Google and type in Kevin Lay blogspot, and the first answer is, what is the Kevin Lay blog? Click on there and that gives you background and info. Again on Facebook, this is a post Andrew Austin made on 18th of August 2022, where he clearly states the regulation bodies and organisations that claim to be protecting the public and protecting the field did absolutely nothing with regards to Kevin Lay and his conduct. Even when presented with the evidence, they did absolutely nothing to warn anyone and have kept absolutely silent on the matter of this predator and fraud. Some have not even removed the old pages where they once promoted him. Remember this next time you send off your membership payment and ask yourself why you are a member of any of these organisations. They'll warn you about me, meaning Andrew Austin, and my gross attitude towards them, law. Funny that. And finally, in regards to Kevin Lay, type Kevin Lay fraud into Google and have a look at that Reddit thread. There's evidence there, but there's stuff galore. Andrew T. Austin's website, the Kevin Lay scandal and the standards bodies. There's stuff galore. You need to go and have a look and investigate, and you'll see that one of the so-called big names who brags about working with Paul McKenna and stuff is nothing but a serial liar, con man, a multimitty type who claims to have been in the SAS when the evidence is quite the opposite. Trouble is, people are far too trusting and also too lazy. So partly too trusting, so they think if people are making claims on their website, they must be true, otherwise they wouldn't make them. And also too lazy to go and actually do the bits of Google searching and using sites like I've mentioned to you, like Web Archive, to look at what websites looked like years ago, or to see what websites look like that no longer exist. Company's House, where for free of charge you can see how much money a company's making, whether it's insolvent, whether it's successful. Actually doing Google and social media searches to check out a person's background. Does their reputation check out, or does it fall apart rapidly, like the false claims of Kevin Lay and other people, when you just do a little bit of due diligence? In relation to Kevin Lay on Company's House, it shows he's the director of Zen Power Limited, one of them, and under filing history, you know that on the 17th of June 2024 accounts for a dormant company. Dormant. I'm sure you know what that means. Not exactly, well, you can look at the documents. It's not the track record of what I perceive and understand a successful company to be. Anyway, enough for now about Kevin Lay. Next, let's take a look at a couple of people who, in my personal first-hand experience, are members of the hypnosis industry who are serial liars, post defamatory, untrue and vindictive content. Certainly in relation to me, Alex Smith, aka Jonathan Royal Hypnotist, and then we'll look at another subject after that. But for now, you go to facebook.com/Alex the Hypnotist, and again you're going to click on photos and then albums, and having done that, firstly you're going to want to look at the folder named Evidence that Bob Burns is a liar and guilty of defamation. Click on that, and there's 109 items in it. That will then give you the background, there's the information, read it all. I'm not going to go into it in detail here, but there are screenshots galore proving beyond any reasonable doubt that when he was launching his version of ideomotor subconscious communication, which he calls the SWAN, that I told him the SWAN stood for subconscious wave analytical negation, and that also he contacted me asking for help and advice, which he then thanked me for that help and advice in helping him to launch the SWAN. He then later went on to deny that ever took place, to say I was a liar, and to make all kinds of defamatory and untrue comments, the screenshots of which are all available in that folder to prove to you that Bob Burns is a serial liar and guilty numerous times of defamation of character towards my good self. Incidentally, you can learn exactly how the SWAN works along with every other version of ideomotor response in my complete video, audio and training manual package, Subconscious Wave Analytical Negation, also known as the Naked Pendulum Protocol. Retails for £197 United Kingdom sterling on my selfie.com site, but you know what? You get that free of charge inside the members area when you sign up for lifetime membership of the Elite Hypnotherapy and NLP Hypnosis Bootcamp at ultimatehypnosiscourse.com, where you can earn your diploma in complete unconscious reprogramming for emotional disease and distress. One random screenshot from that folder, Bob Burns telling me share stuff with the world and saying that no one would believe that I'd ever given Bob Burns advice anyway. But there it is, 11th of May 2013. Hi Alex, I'm bringing out a DVD, The Swan, within the next few weeks and I have several questions I'd like to ask you. As you're probably the most experienced guy out there for shifting stuff, would you prefer me to write the questions in here or chat on phone, Skype? Regards, Bob. He ended up ringing me, and as you'll see in the images in that folder on Facebook, he thanked me for the help and advice, said it was very valuable, but then later denies that ever happening. He's either got severe dementia and it's been wiped out of his brain, or he is, as I contend, a serial liar and guilty of multiple occasions of defamation of character towards me. That's somebody you really want to deal with? Next on my Facebook Photo Albums page, take a look at Defamatory Lies, the folder called Defamatory Lies and Harassment from Matt Gilbert. As you've guessed, in that folder you will find details with names, dates, places and links. And again, you can always highlight the WordPress links, right mouse click, copy them and then paste them into Web Archive to get them to work. But there are screenshots galore in there of Matt Gilbert posting defamatory, untrue lies about me on social media. Next on the Photo Albums page of my facebook.com/Alex the Hypnotist profile, check out the folder, or rather the album, Screenshots of Gary Turner's comments. 292 items in that. Yes, 292 items. There's info, but basically there's links and links to videos, the head-to-head debate I did with Gary Turner, and of course screenshots galore where Gary Turner lies, distorts truth, and states frankly defamatory things about me, including claiming that I do not have a legal doctorate. I won't waste tons of time here, I'll just say this. I do indeed have the legal right to use the term doctor. In fact, anyone does, as long as you are not purposely committing fraud by trying to mislead people that you've got medical qualifications. It's not a protected title in England. Anyone can use it. However, I can also use doctor in terms of claiming to have a doctorate in psychology and related areas, because I have numerous different honorary causes, honorary religious degrees, including a PhD in psychology, as fully explained, and there's images of them at my career resume page of magicalguru.co.uk. That's magicalguru.co.uk, where the truth behind Gary Turner's lies and distortions is laid out with documented fact. And also don't forget to take a look at the album Untrue and Defamatory Comments by Martin Rothery. As you would expect, this contains proof of Martin basically lying and posting defamatory or vindictive comments about me and untrue stuff, like stating that he'd never been in my boot camp, and yet the proof is there. And in fact, if you search Facebook with his name, Martin Rothery, and then click on photos, you can see photograph there where Martin Rothery is there. This was posted by Richard Haggerty on the 20th of November 2017. My good friend Richard Haggerty is there. And these people were all there at my hypnosis training course where Martin attended as a student. And that's not the only hypnosis training course of mine that Martin's attended in person. Heck, a Future House Therapy Centre that he used to run before he had the financial issues and lost the centre and was in debt and such like, he attended at my Psychophysioenergetic Alignment of Changing Energies and Emotions Peace seminar. He attended at my Biology of Hypnosis seminar. He attended at my Art of Rapid Speed Trance Hypnosis seminar and at other events as well, learning from me in person. Indeed, many of the elements of the Peace Training Therapy seminar have become the more mystical elements of the Senomentology training that he offers. But the fact is, you can come and learn from the source. Get the original stuff by going to ultimatehypnosiscourse.com. But when you do, actually take notice of the marketing, advertising, publicity and promotion advice I give, the business building advice, the reputation management advice and all those things, which if Martin had actually taken notice of, and the screenshots in that folder show that he did not look at those relevant areas of the bootcamp, so therefore most definitely did not study them and therefore couldn't put them into action. And because he didn't, that probably contributed to him not being able to run his business properly and having the issues that he very publicly talked about on social media, where he ended up having to group crowdfund to try and make money and do all manner of other things illustrated by the screenshots in the folder that's been mentioned. Liars, trouble causers, people who post defamatory allegations and lies are just another area of the industry that is a problem. Another area, completely unconnected to anything else that's previously gone in this video, is those people who are not fit to be hypnotherapists. One example of numerous out there is this article from June 24th, 2021. Schoolboy filmed top hypnotherapist touching himself in car. This guy, Gary Sutherland, who ran a business called Reset Hypnotherapy. He goes into it saying he's ashamed, remorseful, it's ruined his life. But at the end of the day, he was touching himself in public. And that's just completely bad. But and he pleaded guilty to it. And that press cutting's still online on the 13th of the 8th, 2024. So it's in the public domain. So it's fine for me to share, as is the fact that he's still got a website, resethypnotherapy.com. He's still trading as a hypnotherapist. Really? On my facebook.com/Alex the Hypnotist profile, when you click on photos and albums, in the one called Gary Sutherland, convicted hypnotherapist, we've got details galore, links to various press cuttings, details on it, and the fact that at the time with dates, certain organisations still had him listed on their website. It appears that they've now removed him, I'm glad to say. And yeah, have a look at that. It is a prime example of someone who should not be working with vulnerable people. And frankly, anyone who needs hypnotherapy for anything other than basic habits or addictions has probably got self-esteem, self-confidence, self-image, self-worth issues and related things, which I would argue makes them vulnerable. This is not good. All right, he's no longer on the sex offenders register because he was placed on it in August 2021, meaning that after a year in August 2022, he was off it. However, would you really, is this the kind of person you trust? This is a random headline. Trial begins for hypnotist charged with sexual assault threats. This was February 2022. And that's just one of the dozens and dozens and dozens of articles that come up if you search phrases like hypnotherapists, sexual assault, or hypnotherapist rape, or similar phrases on Google, and you can find the press cuttings that are in the public domain. A lot of those people are scarily still trading as hypnotherapists and or stage hypnotists. If they were to be dobbed in to their insurance companies, I suspect that their insurance would immediately be invalidated or revoked. It's scary. It really is. The lesson to learn is do your due diligence and research on people. Never take things at face value. Fully investigate and get confirmation from multiple different sources of what is truth and reality, or what could just be defamatory, untrue lies from nasty, vindictive so-called competitors, as is basically pretty much all, if not all the time, the case when people post negative shit about me. It's inevitable that somebody seeing this video is going to make a comment or share it somewhere or say, but Alex William Smith, aka Jonathan Royle, hypnotist, formerly known as Jonathan Royle, has been in prison and he got 2 criminal convictions for 6 months each to run concurrently for delivery of counterfeit coins to the fake Sheikh Mazza Mahmood. And indeed, that is true. But as you can see in this Manchester Evening News article from November 2016, I am now appealing against my convictions after the case of British pop star Talisa Kontos-Stavlos here collapsed in 2014, and the fake Sheikh Mazza Mahmood was then found to be a liar and convicted for conspiracy to pervert the course of justice. Indeed, if you go on my Celebrity Hypnotist YouTube channel, that's youtube.com/Celebrity Hypnotist, click on where it says playlists, and then in the playlist you'll see one called Rise and Fall of the Fake Sheikh. Click on View Full Playlist. There are 131 videos in there which give you the truth, the facts, the dates, the times, the places, and all the evidence that my convictions are unsafe, and that to this day they continue to be worked on and appealed in order to get them overturned, because they are both now, I am advised by my leading barrister and solicitors, unsafe convictions. And as I say, go on the Celebrity Hypnotist YouTube channel and check out under playlist, the playlist Rise and Fall of the Fake Sheikh for the full story. You can also go on the website circusofthemind.net, that's circusofthemind.net, where on there you will find the real truth and videos, copies of my legal grounds of appeal from 2019, my grounds of appeal from 2021, this is ongoing, documents from 2022, copy of the document I filed on the 30th of September 2022 at the Royal Courts of Justice in England, which is my claim against Rupert Murdoch's News Group newspapers, which if you search my birth name, Alex Smith, and put Alex Smith v NGN, first entry you get is Smith versus News Group Newspapers Limited, which confirms the case number, the fact it's an active case, and that I filed it. Let's look at the timeline. It was filed on the 30th of September 2022. If you go on Google and in the news section search NGN to do more searches, the first result is some publisher to be searched over fake security threat claims, court hears. This is a British newspaper, The Guardian, and the article appeared on the 29th of July 2024. As you can see, some publisher to be searched over fake security threat claims, court hears. NGN accused of claiming Gordon Brown had seen Rebecca Brooks' emails to justify deleting millions of messages amid phone hacking investigation. In those results are other entries, including this one from the Press Gazette, from which I quote, "The claim about the mass deletion of emails features in legal action brought against News Group newspapers by the Duke of Sussex and others over allegations they were targeted by unlawful information gathering." Yes, for the record, I am one of those others referred to. I'm currently one of 42 people scheduled to appear in court in January 2025 alongside Prince Harry. Some of us are victims of the fake Sheikh Mazza Mahmood's lies, defamatory comments, having our drinks drugged, phones hacked, unlawful information gathering used, and a whole bunch of other illegal things done, all of which are explained at circusofthemind.net. Yeah. So when people say that I'm a criminal, no, I'm not. I've got 2 unsafe convictions that are a result of lies and a malicious prosecution. Indeed, if you simply go to circusofthemind.net and go to the bit that says Alex Smith versus News Group newspapers, civil litigation in the mobile telephone voicemail interception litigation filed on the 30th of September 2022 at the Royal Courts of Justice in London, and click where it says click to access Alex Smith v NGN claimant specific particulars of claim, you will be able to look at the 33-page document, which is my legal claim against Rupert Murdoch's News Group newspapers. The opening paragraph clearly states during the relevant period from 1994 to 1999. On page 2 of my claimant's specific particulars of claim, at point 3, the claimant was unlawfully targeted by NGN from January 94 onwards, starting with an article published in The Sun, which is set out in confidential part D of the schedule, much of which was fabricated. And then we go on about the fake Sheikh sting from 1998, of which fuller details are in this document and also at circusofthemind.net. The reason I point out that within my claim against News Group newspapers, there is the 1994 Sun newspaper article that was headed Dirty Trancing, where their sub-headline was, "We expose evil hypnotist who lures spellbound women into bed," and made out, incorrectly, complete fabricated lies, claimed that I hypnotised women against their will for sex by making them believe I was the favourite film star. They took a comedy routine I did in my show and wrote it up as though it happened in real life against somebody's will. Totally not true, completely defamatory and libelous, but back in 1998, you could not get no win, no fee for libel or defamation of character. In fact, even these days, it's next to impossible. And I did not have the available funds to put down like 20, 30, 40, 50 or £100,000 with top lawyers, given that News Group newspapers have amongst the best lawyers on the planet and massive financial resources. However, as it has now come to light that my drinks were drugged in 1998 by the fake Sheikh Mazza Mahmood, as it's come to light with evidence that private investigators were used unlawfully, that phone hacking and other unlawful information gathering techniques were used, as it's come to light that manipulation, intimidation and illegal surveillance techniques were used, and that Mahmood broke the law in many ways, including keeping hold of counterfeit coins for well over a week longer than he should have legally been allowed to. And also it's now been come to light that I actually arguably did have lawful excuse, acting in my role as a freelance journalist, to go and pick up the coins using the money Mahmood gave me and to deliver them to him. That means my convictions are unsafe, and that's something that's ongoing and will, in the future, get back to the Court of Appeal, it is hoped. Especially as it's come to light recently, as explained on circusofthemind.net, that the Crown Prosecution Service and the police both knew as far back as 1994 that Mahmood could not and should not be considered a witness of truth in any further cases, and this was never disclosed to me or any other fake Sheikh victims. Had it been, we would have been able to get a stay on proceedings, in other words, have the case thrown out. It would never have gone to court, let alone me ever getting these unsafe convictions. So before you believe the defamatory nonsense that jealous, vindictive or uneducated types post about me on the internet, check out the legal documents, the facts and the evidence at circusofthemind.net in relation to all that. And in relation to the 94 article, which was complete fabricated nonsense, I paid an actress to say she had the best sex of her life, and yet they just totally ignored that and wrote it up as though something had happened against her will. Well, that also forms part of my claim, as you can see at circusofthemind.net. to get my name finally cleared and prove that what I've always said since 94 and then also what I've always said from 1998 is indeed completely true, backed by the evidence you can see at circusofthemind.net. And the full explanation of those things, especially the 94 Sun newspaper article and subsequent media articles painting me as the alleged pornographic, outrageous hypnotist in my former stage name of Alex Leroy, can all be seen on my career resume page located at magicalguru.co.uk. That's magicalguru.co.uk. That's magicalguru.co.uk. And also circusofthemind.net for the truth behind my background with evidence and facts that you can then go and independently research. Like it or lump it, the people who slag me off, the truth of the matter is my convictions are unsafe. I was acting in the role of a journalist, but sadly I wasn't afforded the journalistic licence at the time, but that will be argued when we get back to court. And as the evidence proves, I was the victim of many illegal activities as well as defamatory, untrue lies. Check out circusofthemind.net and magicalguru.co.uk. They say people in glass houses should not throw stones. Well, I only throw stones backed by evidence and facts, which you can independently research. Everything I've stated in this video is completely true and easily provable as such. And any negative stuff about me on the internet is either A, stuff I posted with evidence and facts and legal court documents to back it, see circusofthemind.net and magicalguru.co.uk, or in the main is fabricated bullshit and lies and vindictive nonsense posted by jealous competitors, vindictive types, and people who've got it in for me. Success. Sadly, you know, they say hated is rated, but I get lied about a hell of a lot. My success, however, also speaks for itself and angers the competitors, because I will teach you far more than anyone else on the planet can about hypnosis, hypnotherapy, NLP, mind therapy and related psychological talking therapies and mind sciences, including stage hypnosis, street hypnotism and Darren Brown style mind control than any other living hypnosis trainer on the planet, as illustrated at ultimatehypnosiscourse.com and htglive.com, where you can see testimonials from people around the world, including medical experts, television famous name, hypnotherapists, life coaches, weight loss consultants, and people at the top of the industry who I either originally taught or have mentored and coached to success. Those people who actually take notice of what I teach and take notice of what's inside the marketing, advertising, publicity and promotion areas and the business building areas of the elite hypnotherapy and NLP hypnosis bootcamp become successful. But you have to take action and you have to actually study the stuff and then put it into action. Sadly, people like Martin Rothery didn't do that, as mentioned earlier. And needless to say, they now have a chip on the shoulder, and that's why you see negative things said, and that's why I put all the screenshots online to prove the truth. People regularly lie about me. Do your research. You may not like me as a human being, that's fine, albeit that all you've got is an internet perception. People regularly say when they meet me in person that I'm nothing like my internet persona. Anyway, that's by the by. What you can't take away is, as backed by the evidence at ultimatehypnosiscourse.com, is that I have been doing this for decades. I have arguably taught more people who are successful working comedy stage hypnotists and entertainment hypnotists than any other living hypnosis trainer. And I've arguably taught more people who are hugely successful clinical hypnotherapists, celebrity mind therapists, and psychological talking therapist than any other living hypnosis trainer. And I've teamed up with 16 other world-class trainers to bring you the best possible home study training where you can earn 29 world-class accredited professional qualifications. I don't care if you're a complete novice wanting to go from knowing nothing to advanced master practitioner level with ease in the most rapid time possible, where you become confident, competent, and above all else, safe and successful. Or if you're an established professional who wants to learn the stuff I've taught the millionaire hypnotists, the famous name celebrities, how to get television, radio, newspaper and magazine publicity, which as you can see at magicalguru.co.uk I've been getting for decades around the world, as have my students. If you want to learn how to make more money, get more clients and create multiple streams of passive income, you'd be wise to go to ultimatehypnosiscourse.com. Do it. Do it now, and remember also, always Do research and due diligence. Don't believe something just because it's on somebody's website. Go check out other sources. Make sure it's true. I encourage you to do that with all the stuff on my website as well, which is why I showed you where you can check that court cases are actually active and all that kind of stuff. For now, my name by birth is Alex William Smith, formerly known as Alex Leroy, now known as Jonathan Royle, hypnotist of magicalguru.co.uk and ultimatehypnosiscourse.com. Find me on social media channels at Royal Hypnotist, that's ROYLEHYPNOTIST, except for YouTube, where it's my Celebrity Hypnotist YouTube channel. And incidentally, in the playlist there, if you click on playlists and then click on Hypnosis Week, there are fast approaching 150 video interviews with some of the world's leading hypnotists where I pick their brains and you get dynamite content. Come learn from some of the best in the industry, gain 29 world-class accredited professional qualifications from somebody who has zero criminal record other than 2 unsafe convictions for delivery of counterfeit coins, which will eventually be overturned in the courts of appeal after I've won my case against Rupert Murdoch's News Group newspapers. The truth is out there. Don't listen to the nasty, vindictive types. Bye for now.
Time for Newsnight now on BBC Two with James O'Brien.
Once undercover, now under lock and key. Fake Sheikh Mazza Mahmood is jailed for 15 months for tampering with evidence in the collapsed drugs trial of pop star Tulisa. And as questions are raised about more trials where he provided evidence, Newsnight speaks to victims of some of his other stings.
I can't describe what it was like from the moment that the judge said, send him down. Your mind plays tricks on you. It was a living nightmare.
We'll ask one of the tabloid's best-known victims if the press still needs to clean up its act. Good evening. The Sun's leader column today was as moralistic as it was unequivocal. Reporters are paid to find stories and check facts. They don't always get it right, but they take pride in trying. Somewhat strange, then, that when it came off the presses this morning, their Sunday edition star reporter, a man already proven to manufacture stories and invent his own facts, was still on the payroll. He isn't anymore. Mazza Mahmood, the so-called fake sheikh of tabloid law, is in jail tonight after receiving a 15-month sentence for conspiring to pervert the course of justice in a case involving the singer Tulisa Kontostavlos. That worthy editorial homily, by the way, referred to tweets about refugees posted yesterday by Gary Lineker and other celebrities. The newspaper found no room at all for Mahmood's misdemeanours. John Sweeney has spent the day with 4 victims of those stings who were at the Old Bailey to see that sentence handed down.
Here is the fake sheikh in his pomp working for the News of the World. And here he is, bringing down London's burning star John Alford. The actor served 9 months for supplying drugs. Today, the boot was on the other foot. Mazza Mahmood got 15 months for perverting the course of justice when yet another showbiz sting, this time against pop star Tulisa, went wrong. Mazza Mahmood was once one of Britain's most feared journalists. Now he's on his way to prison, and it's time for his victims to have their say. These people have one thing in common. Their lives were wrecked by the fake sheikh. Stage hypnotist Jonathan Royle says he was stitched up by Mahmood when he got 6 months in prison for giving the reporter fake coins.
I can't describe what it was like from the moment that the judge said, send him down. Your mind plays tricks on you. It was a living nightmare. I wouldn't wish it upon my worst enemy. Well, I was put on suicide watch in strange ways. I slept for weeks in prison, fully clothed, scared that what you see in films might happen.
people have now started to see that what I've been saying for the past 18 and a half years actually is true. The man is a liar.
Another scalp, former world champion boxer Herbie Hyde, who got 22 months for supplying drugs.
Mahmoud had so much evidence, so much which he created himself. Like he said, I sent him a text saying that I wrote him a text saying that I've got the cocaine and the match fixing. I cannot spell cocaine. Nevertheless, match fixing. I can't spell them words. Prison, I cried every day. And I thought in prison, I might as well kill myself if I want to put this thing to my family. You know?
I'm proud of you.
You know what I'm saying?
You're vindicated.
So that was how I felt. I thought I might as well end it.
Another victim, Emma Morgan. Emma, you didn't go to prison. You were a page-3 girl. What effect did Mazza Mahmood's journalism have on you?
Basically, because of the story that went out about me, I lost my home, I lost my job. It wasn't just a job, it was a career. And a career that I think I would have done very well at, and it would have lasted quite a long time. He stole that from me.
A fourth scalp, John Alford. His career ended in 1999 after Mahmood's sting.
It was very convenient for the police. The Police and Criminal Evidence Act was put in place to protect us from unscrupulous police officers. They had a very, very, very cosy relationship with the press because they can use lies, trickery and deceit to get a story, which they call subterfuge. Very convenient for them, very damning for us.
Their solicitor is calling for an inquiry, and she's damning about the conduct of the Metropolitan Police.
Corrupt.
Corrupt.
Absolute corruption.
Corrupt is a heavy word.
It is, and what was going on was very heavy and very serious, but we have evidence of that. I hope finally people will listen to what these men have been saying all along, and I would stress this: there isn't one of those convictions that Mahmoud sustained has not been tainted by his behaviour. Not one.
The reporter's victims plan to sue News UK in the civil courts. Today, the company said they would fight those cases, and that Mahmoud had led scores of successful investigations during his 25-year career with the company, which had led to the exposure of criminality and wrongdoing.
For the likes of us and the other people that he stung, I certainly don't feel justice has been done, do you?
Not really.
No. No. And as far as not wishing it on my worst enemy, I'm more than happy that Mazza Mahmood is now sat there, quaking in his boots, wondering what's going to happen to him in jail. I'd like to be a fly on the wall.
The question now is, why did the authorities let these people suffer for so long?
Well, joining us now via Skype from France is Max Mosley, the former Formula One boss who was himself the subject.
What you've just seen is a clip from British television programme, the flagship news programme of BBC One, Newsnight, that went out in 2016 after Rupert Murdoch's fake sheikh Mazza Mahmood was convicted of perjury, well, actually conspiracy to pervert the course of justice, to be precise. What follows now is a gentleman called Dr. Evan Harris speaking on behalf of Hacked Off and talking about the ongoing quest to get our convictions overturned and to get justice in our cases.
Me and my colleagues spent some time looking at all the articles that had Mazza Mahmood's byline over a long period of time, you know, more than 10 years, more than 15 years, and also talking to people who had worked with him or had been his victims. And from that alone, you can see that his methods were very similar in many of the cases, and they were always corrupt. By that I mean that it looked as if unlawful methods had been used, but also that in almost every case, in fact it was hard to find any case where this wasn't the case, there was entrapment, and what he said was the basis for doing what we call surreptitious filming. which you're allowed to do if you have a valid reason in advance, was never there. There was no valid reason in advance. It was a fishing expedition in almost every case to try and entrap people. That's not what the readers of the News of the World were told, or in his other papers. So it was dishonest in that sense. And we're beginning to find, from the fact that so many people are now bringing claims for hacking, which means listening to voicemail messages and other associated illegality, not just phone hacking, the obtaining of other private data by deception, such as obtaining itemized phone bills to see who was phoning who. We could see from that alone the number of people who are Mazza victims bringing claims that it looks like there's evidence out there that he was involved in that. And we can see actually in the public domain that there are people who he targeted, or where he can see that phone hacking was used through Glenn Mulcair, for example, on some of those stories. Stories written by Mazza Mahmood, the fake sheikh, are the worst kind of journalism. Terrible in terms of their honesty and their legitimacy, and devastating in the effect that it had on innocent people who were normally, about 90%, were not already famous people or powerful. He never punched up, always down, often to people who he accused of working in the sex industry, or people he accused of dealing drugs, who may well have been drug users, may well have been addicts, people with mental health problems, immigrants, asylum seekers, and people here illegally. And he would just take advantage of the fact that he knew that almost all those people didn't have the resources to sue the News of the World, so they could never have any recourse to law, that he could do it with impunity. And the impunity that he had from being untouchable in financial terms was reinforced by the fact that the police were under pressure by him and the News of the World to pursue every nonsense story that he wrote. And some of those cases ended up being taken to court, and some people were convicted, and some of those went to prison. And I can't find very many people at all of the numbers who went to prison who deserved to go to prison. These were miscarriages of justice based on fraudulent techniques, and I would say, and these claimants would allege, and we can see it in the Chulisa case, perjurious evidence given by Mazza Mahmood with the knowledge of the people he worked with on the news desk and the editors and deputy editors of the News of the World at the time. It's appalling. It's a scandal. It's a huge miscarriage of justice, and there ought to be proper investigations into it. And I'm hoping that the fact that some of this is now coming to the civil courts will open this up. A number of the people who had convictions, not every one of Mazza Mahmood's stories were taken seriously by the police, and some that were rejected by the police, having been taken seriously. Others were rejected by the Crown Prosecution Service, and some people were acquitted in high-profile and expensive cases. But for those who were convicted, many of them brought appeals at the time, and they can't bring an appeal again, and therefore their only recourse is through the Criminal Cases Review Commission, which is slow. A number of them are bringing hacking claims, and I imagine that if they get admissions or settlements or information to them disclosed in the litigation, under the rules of the litigation, that they're then able to use with permission of the court in their appeal, that they will be able to go to the CCRC, the Criminal Cases Review Commission, and get justice. A large number of people, a significant number of people, you can see from the public register, are making claims. There are people like Emma Morgan, who was a model at the time, who was treated very badly and accused of things that weren't true, framed. Another person like her called Lisa Bangott, another model, who was treated in this way. Alex Smith, a minor TV personality, who was convicted. He was one of the ones convicted. John Alford, of course, from London's burning. He was convicted, lost his appeal, went to prison, lost his career. He's had a settlement from the News of the World, and he's awaiting a statement in open court, which I think will be an admission. And that will be very significant for many of the other claimants. And there are many others as well who are bringing claims. There's an EastEnders actress called Lucy Speed and her then boyfriend Matthew Claxton, who you can see on the claim register, and a large number of people like that. And these were people who weren't courting fame and weren't involved in the activities they were accused of, and it had a devastating effect on them. And while it's been in many cases 25 years or more, hopefully justice will prevail, and that there's more music that Mazza Mahmood needs to face.
So this video's nearly at an end, but take a look at the time when I had less than 20 minutes to spend with a journalist who had a severe phobia of dogs, and in less than 20 minutes, using the techniques I teach at ultimatehypnosiscourse.com, I was able to get him to stroke the dog and have the dog sit next to him without having a severe panic attack. You'll just find that very moment, that very second, that very instant that I tap you on the back of the hands, that every nerve, fibre, tissue and muscle in your body, from the tips of your toes to the tips of your fingers, can become so limp, so loose, so relaxed, so heavy and so tired as you just relax. Drifting down, sinking down, drifting down.
Hi guys, hope you're doing well. My name is Rami. I'm a reporter from the Manchester Evening News, and today I'm joined by the wonderful Jonathan Royle, who is a hypnotherapist and magician. He helps people overcome their fears, phobias, addiction, bit of anxiety,
Panic attacks, and can help with health issues as well. It's not a magic wand. I don't mean it makes the health issue disappear, but if you've got long-term chronic pain, we can help improve their quality of life and give them tools to deal with it.
Amazing. And today he's here to help me get over my apprehension, sometimes fear of dogs. So what you're about to see is a before and after, before the hypnotherapy session. We have a wonderful Springer Spaniel with us called Reggie, 8-month-old pup, who's going to help me get through my issues that I have with dogs.
Hey Reggie, can you come this way? Yeah, Neil's very kindly brought Reggie in. Hi Reggie, take a seat. Go on, sit. Sit. Good boy, good boy. Now, as you look at Reggie right now, okay, thinking about it, on a scale of 0 to 10, 0 down here, excited to meet a new doggy friend, 10 up there, apprehension and like, where would you rate the number up there?
Oh, obviously you said 10 is like the worst I've ever felt. It's not the case, because obviously I've expected this. And,
it wasn't unexpected.
I know
exactly.
Neil, trust Neil, and if Reggie's anything like Neil, probably a lovely dog. So I'd say 6. Me and Reggie probably aren't going to be best mates right now.
Exactly. But 6, but in an ideal world, we'd like that to be like, it's just to use as a benchmark today, because we don't want to take you out on the street just right now and confront you with a, I mean, the thought of just going outside now till we found an unexpected large dog.
Never, no.
That a much higher number, yeah?
I wouldn't, like, right now I wouldn't even, like, pet Reggie.
Okay, so you wouldn't, so the idea of petting Reggie now will be a higher number, yeah? What would you say? Maybe like would that be more like an 8 or a 9?
Yeah, like if Reggie was sat here, I would be like at the edge of this sofa.
Reggie, good boy, yes. Now I tell you what, in a minute, if you'll be patient, we're going to get you back in a few moments' time. All right, Reggie? Thank you very much indeed, Reggie and Neil.
Cheers, Neil.
Okay, Rami, I just kind of now, before we do this process that's going to help you deal with this positively and permanently and leave behind what used to bother you in the past, I just need to explain how this is going to work. I'm going to use a little bit of verbal, I'm going to call it trickery, but positive trickery, and also some physical trickery. Now open your eyes, look at your thumb. 3, 2, 1, follow your thumb with your eyes, and you can go further and further and further and further and further, and whoa, before you fall over. That is somewhat bloody amazing, isn't it? Yeah? Notice how good that feels inside. Yeah. Take a seat. Are you okay to meet, do you think?
Yeah.
Right now, feeling good, because you feel good, you know you can.
Yeah.
Reggie, I've got a friend for you to meet, Reggie. Come here, Reggie. I'd like you to meet my friend, Rami. You okay?
Yeah.
You like to give a little stroke? Hello? Now here's the weird thing, you wouldn't believe this, would you? I bet, Reggie. But before, you wouldn't have done that 10, 15 minutes ago, would you?
No.
And thinking about it now, I know there's still a little bit of apprehension there, but that's fine. But how much better does that feel?
Yeah, feels good.
Is it a good sense of achievement? That's a big, massive step forward, isn't it?
Yeah, what was I so scared about before? Because that physical touch, that was...
But don't worry, you don't have to feel daft about that or anything, because some people do, they go, well, I feel daft. I do. No, it's perfectly normal, because it was like a computer program running that you couldn't do anything about.
Yeah.
All we're doing is giving you some mental antivirus software for the mind.
He just wants to be with Neil instead.
The camera's this way. No. Never work with animals or children, that's what they say. Oh, wow. Now, thinking about it, right, how do you feel? I know it's not going to be 100% perfect yet.
A lot better, like...
A massive difference in the space of like 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Imagine how much better it's going to continue to get, and will get, when we've done let's just say hello. When we do the proper eyes closed relaxation process.
Yeah.
Excellent. Thank you for bringing Reggie along, Neil. Thank you, Reggie.
Cheers, Reg.
And we're going to cement everything in now and make it more positive and permanent for you. But excellent. Limbs so loose, so relaxed, so heavy, and so tired as you just relax. Drifting down, sinking down, drifting down, sinking down. And as on 9, lighter and brighter, starting to come back to normal sensibilities, and on 10, whenever you're ready, Rami, you can just open your eyes. Back with us, feeling good, yeah?
Yeah.
How'd that feel?
Quite calming, actually, and really relaxing.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Whilst it's true that I teach you everything you will ever need or want to know about clinical hypnotherapy and related psychological talking therapy techniques in the Elite Hypnotherapy and NLP Hypnosis Bootcamp at ultimatehypnosiscourse.com, and that I've been seeing clients in the real world since 1989, when aged 14 I became the youngest ever member of the Association of Professional Hypnotherapists and Psychotherapists, and over the years I've won awards. No, not awards that I nominated myself for, not awards that I've had to pay for, but awards that have been awarded to me by external, third-party, independent bodies that they chose to give me without any involvement from myself. As you can see, details on magicalguru.co.uk. Also from 1990, age 15, I performed extensively as a comedy stage hypnotist, including having my own TV series in Europe, a 1-hour special on German RTL TV in the early 90s, hundreds of TV shows around the world, and a 4-part series I took part in Sweden recently, which I'm going to end this video on a high by showing you a bit of comedy stage hypnosis, which you'll learn all the secrets of inside the bootcamp at ultimatehypnosiscourse.com, along with how to apply the techniques to make you a far more confident, competent, successful, and rapid long-term result hypnotherapy practitioner. Remember, truth on the fake shake at circusofthemind.net, my career resume at magicalguru.co.uk, and the best hypnosis training on the planet. Even if you're an experienced professional, you'll learn tons, I guarantee it. In fact, it comes with a full 1-year 100% satisfaction money back guarantee that's fully explained at ultimatehypnosiscourse.com. Actually, just before you see that final video clip, let me mention the transparency template. Now, this was a DVD set, but it's now available as digital download on my website, which you can find in the shop at magicalguru.com. However, this is included in the members area of the Elite Hypnotherapy and NLP Hypnosis Bootcamp as online viewing videos that can also be downloaded in the sections that cover stage hypnosis and street hypnotism, but above all else, cover doing it in a safe, legal, lawful, licensed and insured, where necessary, manner. I mention this because there's so many people out there, so-called hypnosis trainers, both stage and therapists, who are doing street hypnosis, impromptu hypnosis in a manner that's illegal, unlawful, invalidates their insurance, and above all else, on many occasions, is dangerous. They have the audacity to charge you money to teach you, and yet they don't know about proper duty of care, risk assessments, health and safety, or what to do to keep their insurance valid, and above all else, to keep people safe. I have the most comprehensive health and safety training on the planet, both for clinical hypnotherapy, doing hypnotherapy sessions, and also for entertainment and impromptu hypnosis, and also for public hypnosis demonstrations inside the Elite Hypnotherapy and NLP Hypnosis Bootcamp. Everything you need at ultimatehypnosiscourse.com. But that's another reason why you'll find people slagging me off. People, for example, well, in the past, Anthony Jacquin has posted stuff about me that would be considered, certainly by me, as negative and untrue. And other individuals have teamed up with him, or members of his team or associates, going, "Why did you get our London event cancelled?" Well, I didn't. You got it cancelled yourself. What happened is I just merely reported to the local licensing authority that your insurance will be invalidated, that you're not applied for the proper licenses to demonstrate hypnosis in public in the entertainment manner that it was. So, you know, if you abide by the laws, you have nothing to hide from. But there's a reason people slag me off. It's because they want to divert attention from their own unethical, immoral, unlawful, and sometimes even wholly illegal activities. Anyway, to finish this video, enjoy a clip from me on Swedish TV. Bye for now.
13 degrés, soleil, pas de vent. Dresde, 10 degrés, soleil.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Good evening. Thank you for that wonderful reception. My name is Jonathan Royle. I'm your hypnotist this evening, but we are going to be looking for some volunteers to join us now. I'll just explain for the viewers at home that in certain countries in the world, there are laws against broadcasting the full hypnotic induction process on television because they think people at home might be affected by it. So because of that, we've already done a little bit of proprietary work with some people who we're going to get up here and bring on stage. So give them a round of applause as they come and join the party right now. Walk this way, give them a huge round of applause. Take a seat, my darling. Take a seat wherever you would like. Be a little bit careful of the glitter. There we go. 2, 3, and I think that means you're sat over there. Excellent. Fantastic. I'm going to be talking to you if I touch you directly on the shoulder or if I indicate otherwise. Just so long as each and every one of you uses your powers of intelligence, imagination and concentration effectively. So with that in mind, I'd like you, sir, just to stand up, walk this way. Nice to meet you, sir. If you'd just like to stand just about there, feet together.
Feet together.
Hands by your side, tilt your head well back, take a nice deep breath in through your nose and out through your mouth. In through your nose and out through your mouth. I'm going to count backwards from 3 down to 1. On the count of 1, you'll feel yourself falling gently backwards into my arms. You feel yourself falling gently backwards. 2, falling back. 1, and sleep, 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 sleep. Ooh, scared yourself then slightly. You feel woozy?
Yeah, I do actually.
You feel woozy?
I do.
That's okay. I'll tell you what, just take a seat there.
Yeah, I will.
Okay? Just take your hand. Nice deep breath in and just sleep. Let yourself go. Sleep, 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 sleep. Excellent, like a loose, limp ragdoll. Resting in the chair, eyes remaining tightly closed at all times unless I say otherwise. That was a bit odd, wasn't it? Don't worry, I'm not going to get you to stand up. That's all right. What's your name, darling?
Lina.
Leela.
Lina.
Lena. Oh, well, sleep, 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 sleep. You won't mind, I can't say your name. Drifting down, eyes remaining tightly closed at all times unless I say otherwise. Unless I say otherwise. Excellent. What I'd like you to do is just stare at my fingertip. The moment it taps you on the head, you can just go into a lovely, relaxing state. Keep your eyes on the finger. Ooh! Ooh! Sleep. Drifting down, sinking down, eyes remaining tightly closed. The deeper you go, the better you feel, and the better you feel, the deeper you go. you two lovely ladies, if you'd just like to shake hands with each other, okay? That's time number one. Now separate hands. This time a weird thing's going to happen. The moment you shake hands, both of you safely in your chairs can just allow yourself to go back to sleep. Shake your hands. Shake each other's hands and just sleep, 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 sleep. Drifting down, sinking down. The deeper you go, the better you feel, and the better you feel, the deeper you go. This is an imaginary gun. It just works like a kind of hypnotic gun. Sleep, relax, drifting down, sinking down. And the sound of the audience applauding just helps you drift down deeper. We're going to try just a couple more things, step it up a bit before we kind of have a party at the end. So before we do, let's try this with, I'm only talking to you directly if I tap you on the shoulder. Only if I tap you on the shoulder. So I'm talking to this lady, and this gentleman, the three people I've just touched. In a few moments' time, when I awaken you, then and only then you'll open your eyes, and you'll realize that it's almost as if you've become an alien from outer space, from the planet Mars or from somewhere even further afield, and you speak fluent Martian or fluent whatever alien language it is on your planet. It's certainly not your normal language, it's alien language. Nod your heads if you understand. Excellent. The lady that I'm about to touch on the shoulder now, and when I awaken you in a few moments' time, you'll come to the realization that you're an alien interpreter. You can speak English, so you can tell me what the aliens are saying, but also you'll be able to communicate with the aliens in their strange alien language. Nod your head if you understand. Fantastic. And the two people that I'm about to touch on the shoulders right now, that's you, my darling, and you'll just be able to watch this, but the moment I say sleep, you'll instantly re-enter this state. So for now, everyone, each and every one of you on stage, wakey, wakey, rise and shine, wakey, wakey, rise and shine, wakey, wakey. Well, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to this week's talk show, and we've got three very special guests for you from a long, long way away in the galaxy. Please put your hands together for what can only be termed what we would call down here, but we'll find out what they prefer to be called in a moment, but I would call them aliens from outer space. Give them a round of applause. Now, we're very lucky to have an alien interpreter here today, so if you could be so kind, what I'd like you to do is just ask our three visitors which kind of how far away is the planet that they've come from?
2,300 light year from...
That's a long way, yeah. Could you just, are they all from the same planet? Can you just...
عشان on ساعة No. 3 different ones.
Oh, 3 different planets. Yeah. I tell you what, just so we can get to know them, if you'd like to ask each of them in turn, one by one, what their hobby is on their planet, their universe, where they come from, that'd be fantastic, starting with the male alien.
He's a collector of confetti.
Oh, right. That's convenient then, isn't it? Yeah. Can you tell him that afterwards, when we've done this interview, he can have as much of this confetti as he wants?
I
think we have our happy alien. Excellent.
He seems very happy.
Thank you. He's fine. And let's see what the lady alien.
She's a receptionist.
Oh, right. Okay, that's a bit more down to earth, shall we say.
That's something I actually didn't know.
Yeah,
myself.
excellent. And our final alien, if you could.
Sha?
Je m'appelle écoute
She's putting rocks in holes.
Rocks in holes? Cool. You know what'd be nice on top of those rocks with holes? You should tell her to team up and, top it with some of the confetti. It'd be good. They could team up, couldn't they?
maybe they can work together.
Excellent. Well, if you can just tell them thank you very much for being here, joining us on the show, and yeah, if you'd just like to thank them on my behalf and the audience's behalf. Then you can have as much confetti as he wants. Tell him you can start getting it now. Much as you want. You can get off the chair. Tell him you can get off your chair. You can. Much as you want. Yeah. Oh dear. It's a bit odd, this, isn't it? A bit strange. Yeah. Sure. Excellent. And just sleep, relax, drifting down, sinking down. That's excellent. Sleep, relax, sleep, relax, sleep, relax, relax, relax. In a few moments' time, when and only when I say wide awake, then and only then you'll be wide awake. And a piece of music will begin to play. When it does, you will believe you've got awards for being the world's worst, most ridiculous, stupid, outrageously funny, uncoordinated disco dancing champions. Nod your heads if you understand. Excellent. Except for one person, the person I'm about to touch on the shoulder, and that person alone, and that's you. When you hear the music, you believe you are the duck that was in the studio earlier. And you think you're trying to lay a square egg. And every now and again, you'll give out that really big, loud duck quack, quack, because you're frustrated you can't lay the egg. Not yet, if you understand. Excellent. When I tap you on the center of the forehead, the very moment, the very second, the very instant I tap you on the center of the forehead, everything I've said to you in this room here today will be completely cancelled out, and you'll be your normal self in every way. In other words, you'll not react to these pieces of music like you did here if you hear them outside. You'll be just as you were. In fact, you'll be better. You'll feel better than you did before you entered this room. And the more noise the audience makes, the more outrageous and ridiculous you will become. 1, 2, 3, wakey, wakey, rise and shine. Come on, let's hear you clapping. Wakey, wakey, rise and shine. All this way. Your volunteer number 1, a huge round of applause. Make your way back safely, thank you. Come on, the more noise, more ridiculous you get. That's excellent. Wakey, wakey, rise and shine, all this way. Your volunteer number 2, you share. Thank you very much. Come, it's party time. Wakey, wakey. Thank you, sir, you're an absolute star. Give him a round of applause. Thank you. Hey, wide awake. Wakey, wakey. Give this lady a huge share. Thank you, you're a star. Make your way back safely. Wakey, wakey. Normal self. Give her a huge share. Thank you very much. Safely go back. Lower, a bit quieter. Oh, it's going to happen any time now, Duck. Don't worry. Because the moment I tap you on the shoulder, Duck, you'll give out the biggest quack of your life, because you'll have such a sense of relief as you realise that you've just laid that square egg. 1, 2, 3. Wakey, wakey, rise and shine. An absolute star. You're a huge round of applause. Take him out. Thank you. Make your way back safely. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, you've been a wonderful audience. Hear it one more time for the volunteers. My name's Jonathan Royle. Thank you and good night. Thank you. Thank you.
La télévision est une innovation, peut-être même une suggestion utopique. Au début, elle remplaçait le théâtre, les concerts, les conférences, les cinémas, les cafés et les journaux. C'est devenu un moyen de culture de masse. Quel est son rôle dans le monde d'aujourd'hui ? Ou plutôt, que pourrait-elle faire ? À bientôt, merci de nous avoir écoutés, merci de nous avoir prêter attention.